Alright, I'm Nick Ramard. I'm co-owner of Laws of Motion. We're a trampoline, tumbling, and parkour club. We've been open just about 2.5 years. I found the city needed a club that wasn't super competitive and catered more to kids who were looking for high-level coaching, so to do kind of more advanced tricks, but not in a competitive atmosphere. Gymnastics, especially on the men's side, has been a really poorly marketed sport. Like, I did competitive gymnastics when I was a kid, and you know, I didn't get teased for it, but it wasn't like a cool sport, you know? It was like, oh, you do gymnastics, you know, you wear spandex, and you have to go on a balance beam, and it wasn't this kind of cool thing until I started to learn how to flip. And as soon as I could do a backflip, side flip, front flip, backflip 360, then it became this cool sport that all my buddies wanted to do. And that makes it more open to kids of different fitness levels, different backgrounds. And so it's just kind of opened up the sport to a lot of people who maybe thought gymnastics was only for girls. And now they're like, oh, parkour, it's so cool, when really it's just men's gymnastics that's slightly modified, you know?
Well, parkour and running is basically like any extreme sport, but just with your feet. So instead of using a skateboard or a bike, we're not limited to a tool. We're just using our feet and using the environment to have as much fun as possible.
Parkour to me is an opportunity to be free, and it's a combination of strength but also courage. You can't do parkour if you get fear of heights. You can't do parkour if you don't trust yourself. There's a large part of it that takes intuition. A lot of it is like having a good sense of your limits, and then of course like how far can you push them without dying. To me, there's two different types of parkour. Tricks parkour is where your goal is entirely to find places to do tricks, while climb is you're looking for places to achieve a peak, sort of thing. For me, that's where my passion lies, because I love heights. I love going from point A to point B and just feeling that ridiculously rough wind when you're like 60, 80, 100 feet into the air.
When I was 14, my buddy showed me a video of parkour on the internet. It was one of the two first parkour videos. And later that afternoon, I was doing flips on my trampoline, and he's like, you should do it on the grass. And I did a front flip on the grass, landed it first try. Just makes me feel good. It's literally changed every aspect of my life, my health, my mental state, just everything. And just every goal that I accomplish, every new trick just makes me feel good. It makes me driven. We have a lot of college and university student age people, because that's just the age that your body is like more developed and stuff. In high school, sometimes our bodies can be a little weaker, but your muscles tend to grow out a little more around that age, and it becomes just easier to do parkour and flips.
So I've been doing parkour for 3 years, and I've been training here for 2. Like, every time you're learning something new, it's always challenging. Like, I'm coming off an injury right now, and it was like 6 months, so like, I haven't learned anything in a while. So just like one flip could, like change months and months of training.
In the summer, we train everywhere outside, climb buildings, go around the city, a lot downtown. But in the winter, because we're limited, because of snow and whatnot, we usually just train in the gym here.
It's Hollywood made now, right? Now you see action scenes and there's always parkour. There's always a guy that's like vaulting over a car, landing somewhere else, flipping off it, tricking away. That's parkour, right? And then like people start seeing that, and like in movies, like, whoa, like what is that? With parkour, I can literally just throw on my shoes and I'm parkouring. Like, I just need to run up a building and I've done it. Like, I mean, there's times where like I'm scaling a building and it's like this tight, right? Like you're gonna go like to the width of your body, sort of thing. And if you fall, you're falling, kind of thing. And then there's other times where like I'll make a 5-foot leap, and the only thing on the other side is like a pipe I'm gonna grab. And I'm not even 100% sure if that pipe's gonna break. Physically, I could grab that pipe and pull myself up, but do I have the mentality to actually push myself to do it? So definitely start somewhere where you can't get hurt. Like, don't start with pavement, don't start with actually climbing a building, and start somewhere where there's like cushioned grounds. There's lots of fundamentals you need to learn before you hit the pavement.
So currently I have 2 apps for parkour on the App Store, and a third one that should be released this month. The biggest one I'd have to say is called Parkour Tutorials. So basically it teaches people how to do several kinds of tricks for parkour, from every kind of level, from beginner to expert. and it also suggests tricks to learn depending on the tricks that you've already learned. And you can also connect to my database online to suggest me some tutorials that you want to see in future versions of the app. So it's very dynamic. My biggest tip for someone starting off parkour would be to maybe come to a local gym. If you're in Ottawa, go to Laws of Motion, Ottawa Gymnastics Center, tumblers, something like that, so that you can learn safely. Because if you're doing flips on concrete or grass on your first try, then you might get hurt.